very good evening, everyone. Thank you to each and every one of you for tuning in for Sports Talks with the team staying fit and healthy during the pandemic. We are very pleased to be able to welcome all of you from all around Malaysia and around the world to join this event. Alright, so we'll wait for a while and we will start in a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, now we're going to start this session. For your information, we are now streaming live on WebEx and YouTube under Desktop servers too. Therefore, share this link to all your friends. The link will be shared by our organizing committee in the chat box. And now, let us enjoy the performance of a wonderful singer from the UK. Miss Cameo, the stage is yours.
Thank you for such a lovely, warm welcome. It's such an honour to be here with you guys today. My name is Cameo and I'm going to be singing an original song of mine called Runaway. So I really hope you enjoy it. I said, don't run away, or can you take me with you? He said that I can't stay, the world is covered in blue. If you have to leave, oh, tell me please when I can see you again, my friend. I'm wasted on you. I asked you the things that you want me to do, what you want me to do. And I'm burning out for you. You ask for things you know that I can't give to you, what you want me to do. I said, don't be that way. You don't have to say this now. I know that he can't change, but the words escape his mouth. If you have to leave, oh, tell me please when I can see you again, my friend. I'm wasted on you. I asked you the things that you want me to do, what you want me to do. And I'm burning out for you. You ask for things you know that I can't give to you, what you want me to do. Don't you run away, oh no, don't you, please don't run away, oh no, don't you run away, please don't run away.
Thank you so much, Miss Cameo. It is such a lovely and wonderful performance. So how is life in UK?
Life is really good. It's all right. The weather isn't too great, but that is the UK for you. How's it all for you?
It is actually night right now at 9 p.m. in Malaysia. Like in my hometown, it's actually raining, and I'm pretty sure that everyone is so excited to listen to you. All right, and thank you so much for attending and joining our event, and have a great night. All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, now let us enjoy a special opening speech by Mr. Daniel Hughes, the project director of this event. Welcome.
A very good evening to our guest speaker, Dr. Igor, beloved participants from Asia and Europe. I am Daniel Hughes, Project Director for Sports Talk, Staying Fit and Healthy during this pandemic. Proudly welcoming everyone who is present here today. Firstly, I would like to say thank you to our guest speaker, Dr. Igor, and participants from European Sports Academy for attending our event today. I would also like to say thank you to all the participants for joining this event. The objectives of Sport Talk is to motivate students to stay fit and to exercise during this pandemic. Also to broaden up students' knowledge about the importance of exercising and staying healthy. Lastly, I would like to thank all the committees for this wonderful event. I hope all of you will enjoy this event tonight. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Danny Hughes, for the wonderful opening speech. And now, let us enjoy the montage video that has been prepared by our organizing committee. Please enjoy.
I'm Vice President of International Jiu-Jitsu Federation.
Open-minded and you're not aware about what are the small little things happening around you, and also ignore SDGs in more detail.
Dear friends, once again, I would like to welcome each and every one of you for tuning in for Sports Talks with the team staying fit and healthy during the pandemic. We are very pleased to be able to welcome all of you from all around Malaysia and all around the world to join this event. My name is Jeremy Lau, your moderators for today's event. All right, and we will get back to you soon, so stay tuned. And we will be starting the official event with Mr. Igor soon. Dear friends, once again, I would like to welcome each and every one of you for tuning in for Sports Talks with the team staying fit and healthy during the pandemic. We are very pleased to be able to welcome all of you from all around Malaysia and also around the world to join this event. My name is Jeremy Lau, your moderators for today's event. We are very pleased to be able to welcome Professor Dr. Igor to share on the topic, staying fit and healthy during the pandemic. For your information, we are now streaming live on Webex and YouTube under DSOC servers too. Therefore, please share this live to all your friends. The link will be shared by our organizing committee in the chat box. We will now start with a sharing session with our speaker and then followed by a Q&A session. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now come to the most awaited moment. Let us invite our guest of honor, Professor Dr. Igor. Please welcome.
Good evening to everyone.
Good evening, Professor Dr. Igor.
Okay, good evening. Good evening. And first of all, I want to say thank you to Daniel Hodge, the project director of Sport Talk, and also Jeremy for the fantastic team. I was able to meet before all of you, and it was a fantastic, great team with passion and also professional, very, very professional. So let me talk a little bit about my experience and my life, just because I started sport when I was very young. So when I was 3 years old. So for me, sport is not only something, a work, but is a passion, is a style of life, is also a family. I receive a lot of things from sport, and I'm obliged to give back all this opportunity to the people, to the new student, to everybody, for share the experience and also put new energy in the sport area. So I started with martial arts, and also I started with judo, jiu-jitsu, taekwondo. I was an Olympian, also competing and preparing athletes for Olympic Games. And I studied also Malaysian martial art, pencak silat. So I was also involved, and I was always ready to learn new philosophy, new methodology, and new sports. For this reason, when I fell in love of martial arts, I discovered another world. The Sport Academy is based in Bruxelles, but I'm Italian and Greek. So as an Italian, it's very rare to decide to practice martial arts, because that Italy is the nation of football, no? Juventus, Sampdoria, Genoa, Milan. We have many teams. So, but I was living near the sea, Genoa, the town of Cristoforo Colombo, and so my first sport in reality was the sailing and also water polo. And so I started because my family was near the sea, so it was the first approach. But as I told you before, I started very young, 3 years old, and this opened my mind. And when I decided to continue my study in motor science, in physical education, I decided to think in other way. I was always watching the educational program inside the school, in the high school, and the physical education is very not really important in terms of knowledge, because, for example, in Europe we have normally only 2 hours per week in the school curriculum, and also in university we are the physical education and motor science disappear. So, but how much is important to do physical activity and sport? Of course, is really important. It's something that we need to do always, every day. It's like our energy, our fuel. We need to drink, we need to eat, we need to make sport and to be active. For this reason, in Europe, we have a great problem. Almost, you can imagine that the 70% of European citizens are inactive. there are no active. And when we speak about inactivity, we speak about the people are not arrived to 150 minutes per week. So is the World Health Organization have put a limit to describe who is active and who is inactive. So for be active, you need to at least to do the minimum is 150 minutes to activity, physical activity. And this is very, if we can imagine, 70% is a very big percentage of the people inactive. For this reason, the European Union decided to implement the Be Active program, the European Week of Sport, a lot of Erasmus Plus, a lot of activity for promote physical activity. Is different because also we need to understand what is exactly the physical activity. Sometimes we make confusion between sport, physical activity, and make also gymnastic or physical education. In reality, is very difficult terminology and very different terminology. Sorry, and we need to understand exactly what we want to do. Make sport is always something that we decide to do when we have more passion, and so we want to dedicate more time to the sport. When I decide, for example, to be professional in sport, and so to compete in martial and combat sport, in kickboxing, this helped a lot me also in the study. It's not real that if you put a lot of energy in sport, you cannot reach a good result in school, in high school, or university. Of course, you need to fight a lot because the professor sometimes they cannot understand that make sport is means also have a sort of mathematical system. No, you when you make sport, you are like a machine. No, you have hour. You need to eat in some hour. You need to rest. You need to have a good program. If you make a good program, you have a good result. If you don't make good program, of course, the risk is to make injury, to have a problem. So, and for this reason, when you make sport, high level sport, or you want to compete, you are obliged also to create a management also for study. And so, and this, if you learn this system, you can use in all situations, especially in school and university. So the methodology can be, and also you start to fight. And as a fighter, you need always to find the correct way to compete, to respect the other, to share experience, and also to be more inclusive. Also, another approach. The sport is something that, for example, we are from different countries, Asia, Europe. Okay, sometimes we have a problem with the language, especially for me. I speak Italian, but English is not my first language. So we have a problem to communicate. But with sport, you can communicate directly. Sometimes you can watch very young children play one sport without know another language, so they can share the experience, the emotion, the passion. So this is really important because the sport have an incredible power. And Nelson Mandela say this word. Nelson Mandela was the prime minister of South Africa, and South Africa and with rugby, South Africa fight against racism. Without they fight against for the human rights. So also this is also important to use the sport as a tools for promote peace, for promote new education, new way of, and also for be health. So during this pandemic, I used the experience that I was using during my sport career, because when you make, of course, a sport high level, is not always easy. Make sport for health, make physical activity is good, but sometimes sport have some risk, of course, high level. When you train 8-9 hours per day is a very important work, and sometimes you can have some injury, or you can have some problems. You need to have a regime, a diet, a special diet. So, but all this situation you used during the professional career was really important in this pandemic situation, because you need to understand how much you need to eat, how you need to protect your muscle, and also to maintain a good health, because also for a fight against virus, you need to have a good health condition. Of course, there are vaccines, there are a lot of medicaments that you can use for different virus, but the most important is the anticorpal response of your body. So if you are strong, if you are trained, if your machine work very good, you can have more possibility to resist, and also to have a good quality of life. Because a good quality of life, if you watch also, we are in a very difficult moment for the society. There are too many competition, for find a job, for make a good score in university, for receive, for make money with the company. But you have different competitors, so the stress is always with us. Is our enemy. So is the first opponent, the first person that we need to beat, we need to find a way to be more, have a good methodology to use the mind and the body in the same time. So for this reason, the manager of important company, they make yoga, they make a new way of Pilates, for example, for Umberto's Pilates, exercise for mind and body, because of course this is the connection. As a martial art practitioner and master in martial art, this is the base of my sport. So you cannot be the champion if you not train in the same time body and mind. So you are obliged, and patient. So the connection, if we analyze all the sport have the same situation. If we analyze the very incredible champion like Muhammad Ali, like Comaneci from gymnastic, or Abebe Bikila from, or other very famous champion in different sport, in athletics, in swimming. So we watch, we discover the same situation. Good training, a good mental approach, and also a very a strong passion. So we can combine the sport can and high level. If we do sport for many years and for with intensity, but also with an holistic approach. I say the holistic approach. So we need to open the mind. The important is not be a champion, of course, but do the sport because we need to like the sport and receive the good energy. It's like a diet. If you start to make a diet, a very severe regime, after a long period, you became nervous because the approach with the diet is too high, and you receive also negative energy, and so this is not good also. So we need to understand the limit, and when we feel not good, is the time to stop. And this way, and to change something, and to find, for example, another sport, another diet. So this also we can understand year by year. The important is make always something that can give to us good vibration and positive energy. And this is the fundamental column of the sport. As I told you, Italian and Greek. So if we analyze the ancient Greek, the sport, the Olympic Games start in ancient Greece, in Olympia, in 96 before Jesus Christ. So the ancient time, the sport was something to not only to demonstrate the power, but also to share experience and find new culture, and also maintain the quality, a good quality of life. So if we imagine, for example, in the ancient Greece in the past, during the Olympia time, the Olympic Games was like a festival with different people coming from different part of the world, speaking sometimes different language. But it was like a party for 1 month, 2 months, not like now 15 days only. It was with different religion. So, and also was the people was together sharing different culture. So in the same arena, it was, of course, if you Olympia was a very small village. It's still not big, but at that time was a central energetical center of Greece, like Delphi and Nemea, the other two important cities in Greece. So this is something very important, and for this reason, when I decided to create the sport academy, we decided to, with some good friends coming from different sports, we decided to create something different. We need to educate in different way. The standard education was good for many years, but now we need something different. We need a different approach, and especially in sport. The approach of a sport academy started many years ago in one of our visit in Qatar in Aspire Center in Doha. And we discovered this fantastic high-level training center. It was really super at the time. It was something unbelievable for also because the investment was very high. But when we decide to think something new, we decide we need to give something to everybody, to everyone. It's not only for elite sport. We need also to speak about physical activity, to be active, to implement the best a new model of life, and also to use the sport as a tool to communicate with the communication. The sport can immediately arrive in your heart, and this is fantastic. It's something that you can find only in sport, because if you watch, for example, some video of the Olympic Games or World Championship, and there are some images that you can they can give to you different sensation. No, you can cry, you can laugh. So this means that the communication is in another have another type of energy and also frequency. So and if you use the correct way to receive all this information, it will be fantastic. For this reason, we start with this new approach with the Sport Academy, using not only of course, there are classical the classical approach, because you need to study different lesson, different physiology, anatomy, or marketing, management, and many others lessons. But you need to make a stage and to have an experience, direct experience, to work with athletes, to work with trainer, with coach, with manager, with journalist, in different ways. So our approach is completely different, and we want use the technology in the best way. We discuss a lot about also the e-sport, the new technology during the pandemic era, and we discover a lot of new things. We the people in the first some years ago, not many years ago, some years ago, was totally against the new technology and also the application of new technology in sport. But it's not true. Also, it's the good way to make physical activity, because you can use a laptop and web streaming a lesson, or you can use your smartphone, your device, or many other things to make sport. And there are a lot of equipment that can help you to make the exercise in the correct way. So Pilates, for example, you can watch the video, and you can also, with video camera, understand where is your limit, or if you make an exercise in the wrong way, in the correct way. So this is also the application and the use of a new technology in the correct way. Of course, in the correct way. Also, playing e-sport can be something important if you train in the correct way. We watch, for example, athletes playing League of Legends or other sport, making training, physical training. So they make weight, they run, they use correct diet with energy drink. So everything need to have a correct methodology and also the same situation. Be open to everything. The sport is something that is always in changement. It changes every year, and we need to be open, but at the same time use all the things in the correct way. For this reason, I was one of the most important courses that we have already organized in our academy was as your approach, or you use now in Europe, but all over the world, have discovered new system for make meetings like Zoom, Teams, Moodle, Cisco. There are many program software for meeting, but a very few people, they analyze. I'm in the correct position when I watch. I'm in front of the laptop. I'm sitting the correct way. I make some movement, because we can be active also during a meeting. For example, my student was surprised when they say, "Okay, please, where?" I was just for make more attractive our talk. I say to my student, "Please, where you are sit? You are sitting in a chair or in the fantastic performant e-sport chair?" Or they say, "Yes, we have fantastic. We are in good position." No, please, put out, take a ball, a Swiss ball, a ball, and go and sit and protect your column and in the last part. So this was something, a surprise, and the people say, "Okay, now tell me if you sit in this big ball." For Pilates is a normal equipment that normally you use during a Pilates lesson, or sometimes in kinesio fitness class. So, and tell me if you receive something positive and you feel more comfortable. And of course, after 1 week, the people say, okay, I never use another type of chair. I will use always the ball, and also put my laptop in different position. I will use a book to make more 5 or 10 centimeter more higher my laptop or my screen, because in this way my eyes can resist more time, because we change completely, from, okay, maybe in the past we spend 4 or 5 hours in the PC, but now there are people using the PC for more than 12 hours, and we need to rest. We need to stop after 45 minutes. We need to make some exercise. You can touch something, you can move, you can make exercise, you can make also isometric exercise. And this is really important, because the people say, okay, I don't need to run or to take my bicycle or make a sport of ball and go outside. I can make exercise also if I make a meeting. So I can work with my abdominals, and only if I touch and I start to feel the muscle, because the one of the important, another really important message that I want to send to all of you. When I was athlete, I discovered also a small secret. No, it's not like a secret, but it's something important. You can train 8-9 hours, but if your mind doesn't work, it's like you make 0. So I watch sometimes people very active in a fitness center, making, for example, cyclet, making tapirullan, no, the treadmill, or Rotex, or other cardio machine. But I watch these people, for example, with the smartphone, reading a book, or making something different. You must be concentrated in what you do. So, and also you need to have the image of your body. And when for example, I teach some athletes, and I always say the same things. You can also don't lose a lot of time. 50 minutes, 20 minutes, but 20 minutes intensity. You need to, and my strategy is to please take a photo of your body, all the muscles, all the human body. So please watch, make a photo with your eyes, and then when you use this muscle, please feel. So if you use the abdominal area, please imagine with your mind how is composed the abdominal, the recto abdominalis. And so the shoulder, the same. If you need make an exercise, the biceps. So imagine if you have the image, the neuromuscular impulse arrive direct to the mind, and you work 100%. So if you are concentrated in something different, if you make a cyclet, maybe 1 hour, but watching the email or reading Instagram page, TikTok or something, or selfie or something, you lose 1 hour. You can do the same, and only with 5 minutes concentrate. Where is the quadriceps? Quadriceps, okay, is composed from 4 muscle, okay, and so I will increase my power and also increase the impulse, electric impulse. For this reason, for example, the vibration are always important. The new system for train when you have an injury, so the impulse, electric impulse, can be very important. So there are a lot of strategies that you can use, and always correct time and in the correct moment. You need also to feel your body. So sometimes we are too stressed, and we spend a lot of time to to think about the situation during the day. So, but we need to help our body. So it's something important. So we need to give something back to our body, because we is the way to survive with a good quality of life. And so we need to take care and spend a little bit more time to for example, make small training during the morning, or when we have few break, use this break to do something. And I'm sure that in the first moment will be sometime someone can be tired or with a not so positive approach, but after 1 week you have already a result, and your also metabolism change, and have you can have also the endorphin. No, you feel more happy, and so you need to laugh, and you need to always positive, because this kind of emotion is important also for our muscles, our electric system in our body. So this is the way that a sportsman can be different from another one. So if we analyze, as I told before, different champions, there are always something that you can find. For example, in my case, I was not a talent, but I was like a machine, and so I was training with a very Switzerland methodology, so very strict with that. But this gives me a strong opportunity to compete with high level and very important champion, for sure better than me, with more talent. But I use a good methodology for compete in the same level, and it doesn't matter win or lose, but the way is to understand that you can be better always. And in this situation during the pandemic, we are obliged to do this, to increase our level of physical activity, and understand that for fight against all the virus, not only with the coronavirus, with all the virus, we need to be in good condition. And the good condition is also because we have a machine. Our body is a very fantastic machine. It's a very sensitive, and everything is created better than a computer. So we have a very sophisticated system, and so but we need to give all the fuel, no? So like in a machine, you need to put a fuel for. If you cannot able to drive a machine without fuel, or without put the oil in the motor, or without in the other. So I don't want to take more time, because I know myself when I start to talk a lot. Start my passion in this, and so tell me, Jeremy, if I have time or I need to stop.
Maybe you can proceed with another 10 minutes. Then we'll go to Q&A session.
Okay. So tell me when is necessary to stop and to pass to the question time. If we discuss a little bit, we want to analyze the situation. As I told you, Europe have a very big problem in physical activity, and for this reason, as a CEO of a sport academy, we decide to work very close with the European Commission, with the other international institution, with the international federation, because the disaster, the catastrophic situation with the coronavirus have create a very big problem inside the national, international federation. So, only the Olympic sport find a way to survive, but imagine that new sport or no popular sport are completely destroyed because the people are not able to train in the gym, and so we find a way to use new technology, and also to create a system, a network for train without using a gym, without use a stadium or other sport center. So we was obliged, because we are in pandemic 1 year and a half from now. So I remember my country in Italy, the fitness center was closed 1 year and a half ago. So a long period. All the contact sport was forbidden. It was not, nobody was able to do this kind of sport. So but for do this, it was a big mistake in the first 6 months, because the people also in the school, the university, they thinking that if you make a normal lesson, you can do the same with the in web streaming. So no, in the same way. It's completely different. If I'm teach history, I cannot make the same lesson online. It's not the same situation, because you have not feedback. You cannot watch the people in the eyes. You cannot receive information. You cannot receive immediately the question. You have a problem with the microphone or with the headphone or other situation. The line, the Wi-Fi maybe is not perfect. So a lot of problem appear in the first 6 months, and of course the sport was the one of the most problematic area, and we decide to find new way to be active. For example, we start with Oculus, with different mask, start with the 3D, with also, and move during the lesson. So not making a lesson static, sit in the chair, but make exercise, moving, also walking, or maybe find a way to be more close to the environment, to the nature, because sometimes in some country was possible to walk outside, not too far from home, but it was all. So this was the new approach of education, and as a sport academy, it was one of the first team that we decided to give another opportunity to prepare on the same level, to teach the fundamental part, but with a new approach, in more link with the environment, with the sea, with the mountain, or depend where the student or the live, or maybe in house, but using more active situation. So and also make a break, and also don't oblige to stay 1 hour, 2 hours, sit and watching and screen, because this is not good. Also for me, I believe after 25 minutes, half an hour, I'm already tired. So I need to move to play a little bit with my body, and this is really important. So we need to play with our to find a way also to reactivate the circulation, because also is a cardiovascular problem. Also, we cannot stay too much sit. Is the situation that you test in the airplane, no? When you fly. So if it's a long fly, you need to make some exercise. But I never see people do. Very few people, they make exercise. They go. They try to make exercise during a long trip in the airplane. But it's really important. And now we need to start to be more to discuss and to speak with our body. I know that is a very strange word. We need to speak with our body because sometimes we don't feel our body, and this is the reason why we cannot. And also we have a different approach, a negative approach with our body. And we analyze also during this pandemic a lot of the increase of other type of problems. For example, anorexia, bulimic situation, problem with diet, psychological. And this is why we cannot communicate in the correct way with our body. And we need to rediscover, discover again our body and appreciate, because also it doesn't matter if we have a special DNA. We don't need to be X-Men or X-woman. So we don't need to have a superpower. But our mission is also to step by step. Of course, the sport, the physical activity is something that give you result as a long term. We don't need to be too much to run. The result in very short times is always fake and also dangerous. We cannot lose 10 kilos in 1 week. We can lose 10 kilos in 4, 5, 6 months, or we cannot take muscle like Dorian Yates or Coleman, like Olympians, in 2 weeks. This is not only with nandrolone, testosterone, only with antibiotic or something with doping we can do. So no way. So, but the long-term process, if we do always, we can the benefit, and we have forever. So, and I can explain that. For example, of course, I'm now near to 50 years old. I'm not, of course, I cannot make the same training when I was 20 or 25. So, but I make very small training, but 20, half an hour. But this maintain the situation, can give me opportunity to feel better, to be better, and also the approach with the people different psychologically, because you feel more happy. And this also the situation that we receive from pandemic, the psychological. There was a lot of psychological problem, and the people are not ready to alone. Of course, when you are in the classroom, you feel different. No, if your classroom is in one screen, you cannot touch your friend or make also speak in secret with your best friends. So. This is important, and so and the sport can help us also to speak with the internal part, not with words, but with only one action. So, for example, when we give the hand to our friend, we receive something different. Sometimes it's not necessary to speak. So for analyze all the situation, of course there will be a new era in front of us, a new period. Okay, I'm happy that we fight with the coronavirus. We come back in the normality. I hope as soon as possible in all the world. But at the same time, we need to be prepared for other situation, to give to have a different methodology and also be more organized and make sport always. And this, I'm sure 100% that can help also in the study, in the career, the professional career ever. And this opportunity, we already we have some result in our academy. All the students that we have finished the different courses, masterclass. We have a masterclass in sport management, for example, with the International Olympic Committee that we will start in September. Is one of the most important master in sport management in Europe, in collaboration with many international federation, and also the Professor Ascani is a member of IOC, International Olympic Committee Commission. And this is an example because this kind of master class is also not only in theory, but we do a lot of program in practical. So, and we need to share experience with different people and understand how much, how is important the sport and the possibility that we can receive from not only making sport, but from this system.
Hey, thank you so much, Professor Dr. Igor, with all the knowledge, and it was so an eye-opening session, you know, and all the precious advice, especially when it comes to staying focused when you are going to train and also not getting distracted. And it has made us more intrigued to actually understand our body itself. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to the second agenda, which is the Q&A session. So first, since Professor Dr. Igor is an experienced athlete in competitive sports, right? So what advice would you give to other athletes who are joining here today to improve their endurance and strength during this COVID pandemic, where they are unable to have proper training as usual for competitions that are going to face soon? Yep.
Yes, there are a lot of things that we can do in this period. For example, when we are at home, sometimes we are in totally relaxed. We sit in the not correct way. So the important is always use your body. For example, if one easy action in when you something is in the floor and you need to take something in the floor, nobody make a squat, and because it's more easy to go and to take this but if we start to make exercise during the normal activity in my house, and I will sit with the control of the abdominals in the chair when I watch the television, when I prepare. For example, I can prepare food and make isometric activity with the semi-squat. No, for example, of course, in the first period will be a little bit. You try a lot, but doesn't matter. You can do a lot of exercise in your home. For example, you use it, the elevator, make the steps 2-3 times, maybe sometimes 4 or 5 times. I was sometimes I say, okay, what I can do? I have a chair for go downstairs. I would make, why not 10 times? It's not 10 minutes is good. I don't need a fitness center. I can go and then when make a squat at home, abdominal. You remember that the important is have always the respiration, diaphragmatic respiration. So, for example, the people making yoga, Pilates, they use also the diaphragm a lot. It's important. First of all, this area, and also make exercise with, and then push-ups. If you train with your body, you train with already some kilos, 60, 50, 70, 80, depend the weight you have. So, and also is a good training. So before training with different exercise, different equipment, you can use your body and start to work and to with the isometric activity.
Thank you so much. Indeed, it is such a great idea, Professor Doctor, makes every opportunity counts. And as we all know that the journey as an athlete is super hard and tiring. So may I know, how do you motivate yourself and keep on pushing yourself when you are around our age, when you are a college student, when becoming an athlete is such a great thing, you know, but it's such a challenging idea to become one. So what motivates you?
Of course, you need to have, as always, a dream. No, you need to dream very high. When I was very young, I say I won't win I won't be an Olympic champion. So of course, I was a dream. Already, I have an opportunity to participate. This was already a big opportunity. But yeah. So first of all, you need a very big dream, but also train and receive feedback from the rest of the world. For example, one of big motivation to use the correct music. Is a good therapy, no? Because you are more concentrated. You need to communicate also with the nature. For example, when I was competing at high level and I need to prepare a very important fight. My therapy was go near the sea and watch the sea, and so also the nature can give a lot of power, and so we need also to have this approach. For me, in any case, doesn't matter if you became a champion or not, but have a holistic approach. I told before, an holistic approach. The sport can open your energy, no? Can give to you a lot of opportunity. So, of course, we need to understand that if you lose, you need to learn when you lose and not be. You don't need to receive only a negative approach. This means that you have another chance in any case. You learn something, and you learn more when you lose respect when you win. And this is also important for an athlete. So this using all the things around you, color, the chromotherapy or music. This is always something that can help to find the concentration and also to feel good. And this is already a good result.
Thank you so much for the advice that you have given to us. And now let us move on to a very tricky question, but also a meme that everyone is interested to know. Is it true that in order to gain muscle, we have to gain weight?
This is a good question, reality, because it's true that if you want to become an the Olympia bodybuilding championship, Mr. Olympia, of course, for increase the muscle, you need muscle. You need to gain weight. In sometimes we need also some element is called doping, but this is another story. But anyway, but it's not totally true, because you can gain muscle and you can eliminate the percent of fat that you have in your body. So it's not really necessary to increase the weight. Of course, you need to increase the weight in the correct weight. For example, have a good diet. So, for example, the Mediterranean, I told you Italy, we are Mediterranean style, so we eat, we like pasta and so carbohydrates. But of course, you need to control the carbohydrate and the sugar always, and give to the muscle the correct amino acids and protein. So you need to have a correct balance between carbohydrate, protein, amino acids, and vitamins. So, and this is important. Of course, a minimum, if the people are under the normal weight, they need to increase a little bit of weight for also have a good condition and more muscle to prepare, to model. to recreate.
Right, thank you, Professor Doctor, for explaining it to us like how does it actually work in our body. So, talking about that, since all of us are here students, we do wake up early, some of us wake up late. So, is there a specific timing that is more suitable for us to have workouts or trainings? Is there one?
Yes, of course, is another difficult question, but important, because we need to understand that we are all this type of question is not really standard for everyone. So because we need to understand that we are all different. So we have different problems, different approach, and there are, of course, the rhythm, and also there are people more active during the night, and other people more active in the morning, and also there are is sometimes is difficult to understand when is the correct moment. But in general, I can say the correct moment is the first part of the day, because of course if you start of course when you drink the first for this is important, the breakfast, one of the most important energy that you introduce in your body after wake up. So it's important make a very small, maybe not a long period, but 5-10 minutes of physical activity early in the morning. Then you can spend more time during the day. The big mistake you can do is train when you are too stressed and too completely destroyed, physically destroyed. This always can be something that can give you a negative situation, because and the risk to make injury. So when you are completely stressed, destroyed, or your body, you feel a lot of pain in your body, is better not make training. So for this reason, the one of the experimental methodology was to train during the day for very fast session. For example, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, maybe 3, 4, 5 times in the day. Make 2 hours training, 1 hour trainings, very long, and you feel it's like the number of the moment that you need to eat. You need to have a breakfast, and then you need to have another small breakfast. For example, if you start at 8 o'clock, you need to have another one 11, and then lunch, and then another break during the afternoon, and the dinner. So 5 for example, 5, 6. This means that it's better always eat small quantity for more often, more time. And the same, the situation is the training. Only, of course, if you are you need to prepare Olympic Games, so you need to train 3-4 hours consecutive, because you need to train also the endurance. But the endurance. So, but if you train for health, health and wellness, it's better to have a small session, and also work, and this is very important, was the previous question, also work and protect the final part, the column. So you need to work with the dorsal, and so prepare abdominal and dorsal, because in this case, if you spend a lot of time using PC or in the office or in the car, because there are a lot of people working car or in or or in train you need to maybe transfer. You live far away from the university, so you are obliged to stay in the train for 2 hours, or in the bus for 3 hours, 2 hours, depend. So it's important also to protect the back pain, the back, in increasing the performance, also the exercise from abdominals and dorsal muscles.
Thank you so much, Professor Doctor, for the precious knowledge, and I think it's very eye-opening, and it really suits what we want to know as a student itself. And one last thing, as a student, right, all of us know that we want to exercise, but what should the exercise to be done by us all students? Is it that one day, every day, like cardio, then another day it will be core exercise, another day will be weightlifting, or is there an easiest exercise that all of us can do that can train all the muscles throughout our body?
Yes, good. Another very good question, Jeremy, because we need to be various. So, like in the diet, if I eat carbohydrates, protein, or vitamin, okay, yeah, in the good percentage, but I always eat the same things. For example, I eat pasta, I eat and then chicken and orange. So I have a good percentage of vitamin C or protein, but I always eat the same things. This is not good at all. So I need to be various in the diet, and I need to be various also in the training. And this is the way to perform in the correct way and to receive more benefit. For example, it's correct, I cannot make only cardio training. Okay, cardio training is good, but also we need to calculate that if I'm an expert, okay, I can run for 2 hours without problem, or 3 hours every day. But if I'm not so professional, I can destroy, for example, articulation, knee, or have a problem in my back. And so it's not always because it's traumatic. I sometimes watch the people running only Sunday in the park, but they run only one day per week and in completely wrong way. So this is catastrophic. It's better stay at home and if I make 2 hours running like crazy in the wrong, incorrect way. So the system is to make to have a different preparation. For example, one day dedicated to the cardio, not a lot, because we need to, if I need to destroy the fat, I need to have a training session longer, more than 20 minutes. And so, because after 20 minutes, you destroy the fat, and so you start to train properly for maintain your weight or lose some weight. So the important is to have a session, for example, for cardio, and then a session for with weight or in isometric, so using your body in calisthenic, for example, or exercise like CrossFit. So you need to use external weight for make more stronger your muscles. So it's important. The session is not necessary to be, as I told before, too long. The important is maintain different. One day cardio, one day only for maintaining weight. Abdominal, the only part that we can train always without problem is abdominal, and because it is a postural, it control the posture, our posture, and is really important. If I have good abdominal, the antagonist muscle is iliopsoas. Iliopsoas is a muscle inside in the back, and this is, if you not work in the correct way with the abdominal, the iliopsoas work. And so this can create problems in the back. And so you feel uncomfortable. If you have a back and then you have a problem in cervical zone, in back zone, so, and when you start to have too much pain in the column, it can be really a problem. So this has alternance, a variety in the training, and also make cardio not only running. For example, you can make cardio if you go to swim or bicycle, so cardio, and change also the type of sport, not always running. I can, for example, I can use a step and make cardio also without, also for example at home, I can use a step and make cardio. So the really important thing is also to make differentiation of cardio and differentiation. I cannot make only CrossFit or calisthenic for maintain I need also to change a little bit the preparation, and small session. Half an hour for health is enough. Concentrate without smartphone. And one of the fantastic the fantastic solution, and I want that the student can try, please, if you eat, you need to eat. Don't eat with the smartphone near you. Please, close, eat. In this moment, you give fuel to your body. Your body receive. You need to appreciate what you eat. So if you eat a pizza, you need to feel the pizza and enjoy. If you chicken or other food, doesn't matter. I'd say pizza because it's coming from my country. So, but or pasta is very good. If you drink also a good wine, or sometimes alcohol is dangerous, so it's not good. But in small quantity is also good, and control. You need to appreciate small quantity and appreciate the food, appreciate the fuel coming inside your body. The same thing for training. No watching. Please, if you want watch the class in the smartphone, don't use the smartphone. You need watch before. Maybe you need to memorize the class, and then when you do the training without other situation that can confuse you, and also because your concentration will be in the smartphone and not in your muscle. You need to remember, I told before, have a map of your body. Where is biceps? Okay. Where is pectoral? Okay. Is the sides, and you need to have a focus direct in this area. So variety of preparation, different preparation, and total concentration, and very fast session, not long.
Thank you so much, Professor Doctor. Here comes to the end of the Q&A sessions, and it is undeniable that it's a very informative session with your thoughts and experience, and thank you for being with us today. And now we're going to proceed with a group photo session. So with the committee members, we're switching on the camera. One second. Right, we are here now. We're gonna start now. In 3, 2, 1. One more. In 3, 2, 1. All right. Thank you so much, Doctor, and we are
Thank
so
you.
glad that you are
It's
able
a pleasure.
to join us today. And it's undeniable that the experience and also the advice that you give will eventually benefit us throughout this journey, not only during a pandemic, but also the post-pandemic situation. All right. Thank you so much, and see you again.
See you. Thank you.
So dear students, please hold on for the attendance QR code to be presented on the screen. Please wait. and gentlemen, welcome back. So the 5 minutes is almost up.